how'd you get your first customers and investors? How that go for you?
So, I went to one cafe and brought a sample. And this was, I brought a sample in a mason jar. So I had no label, no name yet, no ingredients, just was like, hey, do you want to try my homemade chai and carry it? And they loved it and they did. So then it was, okay, now I have to figure out a name for the company, a brand, positioning, ingredients, sourcing, figure out my margins. I mean, all that just was like, okay, I'm going to do this, and started really as a food service. So just providing this chai concentrate to cafes throughout Boulder. Then that kind of grew. And a couple of years later, I launched into the ready to drink space. So I launched the first ever iced chai in a glass bottle, mixed with different like soy milk or almond milk, coconut milk, cashew milk. So more of like on the go iced chai. And that's what really took us national, in Whole Foods. And that's when I went to go raise the first amount of money from angel investors. I couldn't get a bank loan. I had no money. I didn't own a house. I didn't have a husband or a rich uncle. A bank laughed me out of the door, because I had no assets. So I had to go and find people who were angel investors. And I was able to find some people locally here in Colorado. And because I was in Boulder, which is kind of the Silicon Valley of natural foods, I was able to find some people who took a risk on me and who were early angel investors, which helped me to buy more bottles and eventually develop a brewery to be able to make these iced ready to drinks to provide for Whole Foods. And then later, as that grew, I did more innovation. I did sparkling teas that were in glass bottles, concentrates mixed with vegan for like eggnog, drinking chocolate, ice cream, artisan teas, and all that innovation. And then growing the sourcing part of like having a bottling line and, building this brewery. Then I was able to grow enough to go to private equity. And that's when I could get some larger checks amounts to make that happen.